Trapmore gang, I'm back with another video, and if you're wondering why I'm looking so fresh in this video, I just pulled up to the Shakaware store. They just got me fresh with a whole bunch of new threads, so shout out to them. But today in this video, I'm going to be talking, of course, about Chicago's favorite new demon, okay? You've heard me talk about him several times in the last few videos. The name's been ringing bells in these streets, man. Kill Bill, BTBG, you know what I'm saying? Look, okay, I'm wearing a hat. I'm only wearing one hat in this video, okay? There's all the rumors about all sorts of hats, Kill Bill when it comes to the hats, okay? And I'm not talking about the movie. But everybody is basically saying that Kill Bill has been everywhere lately. He's been acting a little bit crazy out on the social medias, all right? And I'm trying to tap in with Kill Bill, man. You know what I'm saying? I got good intentions for Kill Bill. I'm not trying to do him dirty. I'm not trying to put anything out there about him he doesn't want put out there. But at the end of the day, okay, we can't ignore the fact that everybody is talking about this guy. They're saying he's got 12 hats, he's 12 times. They're saying he's the new King Von, the new Bloodhound Little Jeff. Now, look, I'm still doing my due diligence into Kill Bill. I've been tapping in with the music. I've been listening to a lot of his songs on Spotify. Obviously, Footprints with DMG Scoom was going crazy. Okay, Lil Deuce, obviously, rest in peace to him. But he's got a bunch of other songs that have actually been going hard. I'm not going to lie. There's quite a lot of Kill Bill on my playlist right now. So I definitely go and recommend that, you know, aside from all the drama and all the stuff going on behind the scenes, the music's hitting. Okay, and that's what I like to see. The music is definitely hitting, okay? But he has been going a little bit wild on the social medias, okay? This video is going around. They're saying, what the hell, Kill Bill tweaking? And it's not just the fact that he's wilding out, having a good time and dancing with some crazy dance moves in this video. But it's also the fact that he low-key, people are saying you might be able to see his location. So look, if I got more advice for Kill Bill, man, look, I know you can be the biggest, baddest, most gangster mother flipper in the city that nobody is going to play with, but you still got to be careful dropping that low, man. You still got to be careful going live in these streets. If you're live, you're live. People know where you're at when you're live. Like, I'll be geolocating spots. Like, some people, they can quickly work out where you are on a live, man. So you do have to be careful out here. But he was definitely popping his stuff. Oh! He got the moves. He got, bruh, they saying he got the hats and he got the moves. Like, I'm really liking that. I'm beginning to like this guy a lot. That's all I'll say. Going off, man.
Oh, shit. Woo. Hey, back to the guy real quick. Back to the guy real quick. Yeah, walk him down. Just tell him, hey. Just tell him, hey. How you doing?
Down.
How you doing? No harm. No harm. Don't back. Don't do it. Don't do it. He just saying what's up. Yeah. 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 Hey, that's a good PG.
Man, this guy, you know what? This, bruh, Kill Bill might really be one of them ones, man. He got the personality. He got the hat collection, allegedly. Like, he really might be one of them ones. I'm actually liking this guy more and more every day, okay? People are saying this is really how dudes from Chicago will be after blowing the whole block down with a Drake, all right? They're saying Chicago is a GTA server for real. I could not imagine going to the chicken spot for a three-piece and seeing some stuff like this on the way home. And the whole time, dude got a dime piece of hats and would have blew my ass down if I honked at him to get his old 2009 Chris Brown and step it up dancing ass on somewhere. I definitely would not be honking my horn at Kill Bill anytime soon. This is absolute wildness. And they're saying he killed that shit, bro. He killed it with a dance moves. He's out here with like Chris Breezy. Bro, he might be one of the dancing hat collectors like we were seeing out in the Bronx, man. Like, they was getting sturdy. Kill Bill pulling out different moves. Hop into the car. Got me crying, okay? Nothing to see here. Just a full-on killer getting his stomp the yard on a Thursday night like he not a wanted man in the streets. This guy is actually legendary, I'm not going to lie, all right? It's got to be AI, folks. Kill Bill tweaking. He hit that shit. You got to love Killer Bill, man. They're saying he a character for real. They're saying he off them perks. This the type of thing you need to see. More of these people, just normal, just like us. Just like their hand be forced by their environment, man. So, look, man, all right, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm obsessed with Kill Bill right now, okay? I'm watching all the interviews, any posts on Chiracology I'm tapping into. I'm reading all of the comments. I've been following his Instagram religiously now. After he called me out the other day, okay, I've fully tapped in, all right? I followed him, and that's when he hit me up. And he didn't hit me up, but he tagged me in that post, basically saying, like, I'll be wrong if I slap you. And that's when I did the response with all the hats on. Now, ever since then, I've been very tapped in. Every single story post I'm locked into, and I ain't gonna lie, he got a doozy on here right now. Look at this one. What the hell? Like, Kill Bill. We don't need you to be having a bunch of little mini Kill Bills out here doing the craziest shit, okay? He's talking about all I need around me next weekend is hoes that's ovulating, nothing less than that. That's what's going on. Like, bro, we about to have 5-6 mini Kill Bills out here, man. Like, we about to have to open up a whole kill school, man. Let's chill. But you know what I'm saying? He's got his thing going on. Like, I feel like he interesting character. And look, let's keep it real. We're early to the party, all right? I mean, imagine being tapped in with King Von when he had only 3,000 followers, okay? That, like, bruh. Like, we early to the party, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I'm tapped in. But anyway, look, what I'm actually here to talk about today, okay, is some of the interview clips that have been going on, because now I'm discovering Kill Bill. I'm doing my homework, I'm doing my due diligence on him, and I'm finding out more and more old school throwback interviews, appearances, and things that he's done where he's kind of opening up about some of the situations that have been going on. There's old interviews that I'm finding really interesting. There's new interviews that I'm kind of digging into. So I feel like just for the rest of this video, the plan really was to kind of like touch upon a few little interview clips that, you know, just really kind of paint a picture of what's going on with Kill Bill. And I'm not gonna lie, there's actually like some very interesting dynamics, and there's some very interesting comparisons between different situations that have been going on around him allegedly. And look, I just want to, you already know I'm doing a deep dive into Kill Bill, okay? But I'm inviting you in this video on this second channel, okay, to just follow with me, all right? Now that this second channel's got so much motion, you know, you can follow me as I begin to unfold and unravel and find out what's going on in some of these interviews. And then, you know what I'm saying, they were saying on Reddit that they want to see a full Kill Bill documentary by the end of the year. So, you know, I don't know if I got time for that because I was already working on something else. But hey, we're going to dig in. Okay, we're going to find out what's going on behind the scenes. And basically, I'm just going to kind of be reacting over the next couple of months. I'm probably going to be reacting to a lot of Kill Bill stuff as I dig deeper. Now, he's been making the rounds on a lot of interviews. Obviously, he did Corporate Cartel. He did 16 Shot Media. You know, he had a whole lot to say, all right? And we're going to get into a bunch of different interviews he's done. But first off, I want to take a look all the way back. It's not really that long in the grand scheme of things, but in terms of the fast-moving world of Chiracology and Chicago drill, August of this year, like that feels like a long time ago at this point. Now, basically, okay, he kind of he breaks down some of the backstory and some of the history of his crew. Now, what I think is interesting about Kill Bill and his crew, okay, BTBG or Baby T Blood Gang, that's what they're known as, okay. They've sometimes been referred to as 317. They're based on the west side of Chicago, and I've covered videos about, you know, West Garfield Park and the west side of Chicago actually being more dangerous than the south side these days, okay. And Kill Bill basically explains in these interviews, you know, he's always been around these areas getting money. And unfortunately, today in the streets of Chicago, you know, killing and getting money and hustling and drilling, it all unfortunately goes hand in hand. And this is the environment and lifestyle that he's been, you know, unfortunately forced to grow up around.
Tell the people something about the Av, like what it was always known for in Iraq.
Really, I feel like it was known for getting money, but like say like now like more recently type shit, like, you know, violence and shit. Motherfuckers still get money through this, like, you know, now like the whole West Side more violent, but like, you know, that Chicago having was money things.
Yeah. The West Side always been known for getting money, like historically, and when it comes to Chicago. Do you feel like this like dumbed down and it got to more like violence and shit?
Yeah, because people be chasing the wrong shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people be chasing the wrong shit. Be like, motherfuckers be on some, they be on chase that name type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you gonna do your dirt, you ain't doing it for no name type shit. You know what I'm saying? You killing for a purpose. Motherfuckers killing for a name type shit, you know, chasing clout.
Oh yeah, I feel you, man.
The goal is to make the money. Don't let the money make you. Yeah.
But yeah, man, we be seeing you on different sides of the sea, like the south side and the west side. Give us like, what's the difference between the west side and the south side of Chicago?
Say like, basically the biggest difference to me, motherfucker, shit. Hey, how you doing? But the biggest difference to me is like, really like the west side be like, you know, known for making money, so like they'll be having joints. You get what I'm saying? Like that's
yeah.
Why, like the motherfuckers out south be like there, come out west be like out west hot as hell. But like it's just because really the police is out, you know, because people sit out and hustle on their joints versus out south. Motherfuckers be either dumping off the phone or they'll be like, you know, they have a trap house.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
You know, no joints.
So look, he kind of explaining the different politics on the west side of Chicago, out west, like how it all works, how it's so different. And I feel like it's super interesting, right? Because like the south side of Chicago has kind of gotten all of the shine as far as drill music for years now. You know, it's kind of like that was the only game in town for like damn near 10 years, really. Like what, 2012 to 2022? Like realistically, you wasn't hearing about nowhere else but the south side of Chicago, man. Chief Keef, King Von, all of that. And it's like we starting to see guys that are really going to become the faces of the kind of out west movement, you know what I mean? And it's interesting. I feel like Kill Bill might actually be one of them ones. Now later in this interview, he gives some kind of backstory just on the crew and the people he kind of came up around, right? He explained that BTBG gets its name from Baby T, right? Baby T Blood Gang. Baby T was a beloved member of the crew that came from this area that he knew that passed away. And the 317 that they sometimes go by, that actually represents the date of his death. So we kind of understand in the backstory. And like I say, you're following me as I learn more about Kill Bill and his backstory and actually what made him, you know, the person that he is today, that everybody wants to know about, man.
Man, about y'all hood though, like the Baby T Blood Gang and shit. Let them know how that name came about though.
Say the Baby T Blood Gang, BTBG, that shit came from 317. All that shit came from one, like, you know, one thing. On Blood came from, you know, our homie passed away and shit, like kill type shit. Little Baby T the Blood, Baby T the Blood.
Okay.
So, you know, in his honor, we adopted Baby T Blood Gang type shit, you know.
Okay.
And 317, that was the day he passed away, so, you know.
Okay. And then Ghost Town Glizzy Gang, how y'all come up with them names? I be hearing them in them. I be hearing you shout them out in songs.
That's the same shit. Like, I ain't gonna but say like.
Yeah, I'm knowing,
But say like I really felt like I came up with that. I ain't gonna like my brother helped me come up with that. But like this in honor of Durham type shit, 22, a ghost on Blood Grave. You know, he was unknown. So like, you know, they ghosts and shit. So, you know, we Ghost Town, we did the Glocks. So it was Ghost Town Glizzy Gang.
he was the only unknown from the hood,
He wasn't the only one.
but one of the
like,
select few, basically. I feel you.
Type shit. My big brother type shit. Blood.
So we learning a lot of the history, man, the people he came up around, you know, and obviously there's a lot of trauma that comes with that. You know, we're talking about people like Baby 2 lost their lives, you know, people that were taken before their time. That's difficult to deal with. Obviously, we know that, you know, his right-hand man, Lil Deuce, you know, obviously passed away, but it's like he'd been going through it in the streets. He'd been dealing with what everybody deals with in the streets as far as losing people that are important to them and all of that stuff. It's difficult, man. It's difficult to deal with. Now, another BTBG member named Blood Gang Baby O would basically explain like he's first generation Blood Gang and that Kill Bill is second generation Blood Gang, but they weren't always going by the name Baby T Blood Gang, but they essentially are like a type of Bloods. Like they're a Bloods. It's not like the California Bloods by the sound of it. Like I'm still trying to learn just like you guys are, but it's like it's like a different kind of crew. But you know, the word blood is kind of part of it. You got the Bloodhounds, the BTBG Blood Gang. It's a different type, but you know what I mean? It's interesting to learn that history.
They the reason we jumped in this shit. Like if you know Blood Gang, you know where this shit started from. You know what I'm saying? Like the generation of Blood Gang, I'm one of the first generation. B.O. that's like the second generation. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
B.O. Jiggy, now. I'm like the second generation.
But y'all going by Blood Gang before Baby T died?
Nah, we was going by Oskino Gang. We was Oskino Gang. Oskino was a royal before he died. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
it's like,
So they said they used to go by Oskino Gang, and you know, different people that have, you know, different gangs, different names, different generations that have kind of been passed down by the years. And I feel like it's so important to like follow and track that history, because it's like a guy like Kill Bill, you know, he's looking like he might be one of the most, you know, like an important figure as far as the west side of Chicago drill music phenomenon that's now taken over. Like there's more and more interest going on in the West, and it's good to know where he comes from, like what the backstory is. Now, also, I think it's important as well to just kind of like touch on a lot of the different things that kind of are going on around this situation. So obviously Blood Gang Baby O, he's saying that he's the older generation of the crew, right? And he's got music, okay? He's got a track called Blood Gang. Obviously, this is going to give you backstory about, you know, Blood Gang, like their crew. I won't play the song. I don't know if it's going to be copyright. I don't know if the BTBG crew are quite at the level where they're getting songs into the copyright system, but I'm not going to risk it for now. Okay, but look, they're doing their thing, right? Like they're basically, you know, dropping music, all the different members, or everyone that's involved, people in the comments, they're saying it's hard as hell, going hard as F. Like they got fans in Panama, like they got fans all over the world, okay? And yeah, it's early days. This dropped 5 months ago. It's got 7,000 views, but like, let's keep it real. Like Kill Bill, he just bubbling. Like he just starting to buzz. People are just finding out about him. But don't get it twisted. He got a lot of music. Like he got music going back 4 years ago. And you know, these have got some okay view counts, and you know these are going to go up as more and more people start to learn the lore and the history and the backstories. Like, you know, he got freestyles from years ago, but like 2 months ago, the video's doing 27K views, and it's just going up from there. Obviously, Footprints with Lil Deuce has got like 800K or something, right? Let me see. Let me have a look. Like this is the song that's mad viral right now, like 858,000. This is about to hit a milli. I don't think Lil Jeff even got to see a song of his hit a milli. You know what I'm saying? I I think R had like 500K before he passed away. So, you know, we trying to see Kill Bill live a long life and see some million views on his stuff, man. But anyway, back to this interview, man. So later on in this interview, Blood Gang Baby O would basically explain that the area around BTBG is basically made up of smaller sets of the traveling vice lords, and they're all kind of closely allied on the west side. So, you know, there's a lot of clicking up, there's a lot of groups, smaller sets that kind of click up, stick together, go against each other, go against, you know, join up against other ops. And obviously I've talked about this, you know, situation with Lil Zay Osama, and there's a whole bunch of different groups, BTBG, DMG, 6300, all different groups. Some mess with each other, some don't. So it does get confusing out there, man, but we're gonna get some backstory on it here.
But this hood been around before motherfuckers' fathers been born, would y'all say?
But it was one GD hood in our hood like that. He was locked in with him, and to this day, like, it still ties with that shit. You feel me? Like, it ain't like, you know, the whole hood shopping. If you know the hood, you know the hood. Like, it's different shit in the hood, but we all one.
For sure.
We don't get into each other like we brothers.
I heard about 223. What's that? That's like a little crowd, basically.
That's like little brother. That's like that's really like little on.
Yeah, little one. That's little skin on the head.
Okay.
You know, same shit. But you know, it be like subsets. Yeah, like, you know.
That's where they hang with. That's they little crowd.
Yeah, that they click like. You know what I'm saying? That's the big they hang with like shit.
Okay.
Say like.
So, like I was saying, man, you know, you've got all of these like cliques and alliances, and you know, Lil Zay Osama's kind of name's been brought into the mix, and he ends up getting brought up in this interview too. Kill Bill will basically explain how BTBG linked up with Lil Zay's 6300 and Lil Deuce's DMG crew. Ironically, it was music that brought these crews together, right? Apparently it was actually music and collaborations that brought everyone together, although a lot of these people from these different hoods, they already knew each other beforehand, but it's like collaborations, music, feeling each other's, you know, music and wanting to get the bread together. That kind of led a lot of people to actually become cool with each other on a deeper, more personal level than just like making music and collaborating, and gets to the point where people would say they, you know, clicked up or whatever.
But yeah, man, you seen Lil Zay and DMG, Lil Deuce just got out. How that relationship come about with like Blood Gang, 6300, DMG?
Say like on Blood, it was BMWG, you know, for getting that storm type shit. And say like it really was on some family type shit, like, you know, on some family type shit. But I ended up meeting them like, say, Lord, them, Ben knew them type shit. Like, some of Lord, them, like, you know, Ben knew them type shit. Like, they, I think, I don't let dudes man the Audi home type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
They say, like, when I first came around, it was like 2020, on 3 years in the studio, but we was just kicking it type shit. I wasn't even on no rap shit. I ain't even make no song with Deuce until like a whole year later type shit. That's clean though. So, like, you know, it really about can type shit.
Okay, for sure.
So they're locking in through music, man. It's kind of, you know, it's spreading out from there. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Now, Kill Bill will basically go on to explain that the traveling vice lords on the west side, they don't get along with the Gangster Disciples. But he says that he's only GDK in the west side of Chicago. Now, GDK, obviously, that means Gangster Disciple Killer. There's a very famous hand sign, which I'm not going to do. All right, I'm not going to do. You know the sign. It's that, upside down. We're not going to do it. But you'll know, basically, okay, this is a very controversial thing. People are GDK. King Von, they were famously GDK. Lil Jojo, he was BDK, Black Disciple Killer. It's a whole disrespect. You're like, saying you GDK and BDK is very disrespectful. That can be disrespectful all around America. Like, you could say you're GDK in New York, and that has got a whole different meaning. You might be in trouble. So he would basically explain that, like, he's GDK in the west side because of the beef with the, you know, because of the way that it works with the traveling vice lords and the Gangster Disciples. But like the south side GDs, they're on a different thing. They've got a different heritage.
I say certain sets,
like more,
certain blocks.
Yeah, certain blocks. But I really feel like it's more like I feel like the traveling and the GD shit. Yeah, that's really more like the BD and the GD outside on Blood.
Yeah,
that's what I say.
And I'll say that's probably been more historical too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like, you know, you could, you know, consider that one as a Western college. Like there's the, you know, GD BD type of shit from outside. You know what I'm saying? That's the comparison.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna cut those. Say like I'll with some GDs throughout the city, but like say like the GDs out west, I don't really with no GD out west for real. But man, cause I'm stupid GDK, but like say like I do with some GDs outside. My cousin a GD on Blood Gray, I with him though, you know.
So you're saying you got a cousin that's GD on the south side. It's kind of a different story down there, all right? Now, later on, okay, we'd obviously see him do a whole bunch of interviews. He's becoming more and more famous in Chicago, you know, for all different types of reasons. Let's just put it that way, right? Now, coming to November 2025, okay, this month, okay, he dropped another interview with Corporate Cartel Media. We've touched on that in several other videos. And in this, he would talk about his relationship with Lil Zay Osama a little bit more. And according to him, according to Kill Bill, and I would not question Kill Bill, he said there ain't no cap in Zay's raps, man. He's saying Zay keeps it real on the mic.
every song. My best friend.
Yeah, okay. I definitely seen him. I seen him around. Okay. So look how we pick up where we left off. I say, you know, we was talking pushing peace. You say you spoke your mind on that. Round with your homie, right or wrong. So I want to ask you this: like, what's your relationship with Zay? Like, you say you met him in the studio. Y'all jam when you jam with dudes. Y'all jam like that too.
Yeah. I ain't gonna call like that, big brother. On there, on some honest shit. It's like, it don't even be behind like about no music and shit. Like I ain't gonna call like that. Folks out for them, like with like you know us. But like I ain't gonna call like overly fuck with them though. Like be a real like we be trying to say, you know, certain shit. I ain't gonna say too much, but like motherfuckers like everything the motherfucker rap about, like you know, shit don't be no rap cop. But like besides that, so he a thorough nigga. Like he reach out. You get what I'm saying? I ain't gonna copy a real nigga.
So he's saying Lil Zay ain't capping in his raps, man. Now, later in this interview, okay, I got to address the elephant in the room. He would shut down rumors that he's targeted civilians, all right, and that he's hit civilians in the street. There was a rumor in the video that there was a little kid, a little girl that got hit. People were saying that he had something to do with it. Now, I've seen very little evidence for that other than like the odd Reddit post. Again, I've not dug super deep into that case yet, but it's like, I feel like he just making it clear that, you know, certain things people are going to say, put their names into the mix, but he's basically shutting down rumors. He's saying, look, we're not about targeting civilians. And he's saying, he even says very helpfully, he says that hypothetically, if he did, I wouldn't count as a hat. All right. And he calls people out for basically acting tough in hood vlogs, but not really being like that behind closed doors or in private.
The innocent civilians, that shit not gangster, not period. That shit ain't about nothing. And like, that motherfucker be saying, like, about motherfuckers to civilians and shit like that. Like, I seen the motherfucker interview, motherfuckers trying to say all that one shit about, you know, about me and talking about motherfuckers be rap copping, let's y'all can start rap copping and shit. Talking about motherfuckers that did shit to civilians. I don't do that, never did. And if I did, I wouldn't count that shit as no hat. That's one thing motherfuckers need to get clear. And like when it comes like to that land, like niggas be needing to stop land. Niggas be saying, niggas like ops ain't did shit to none of their homies and shit, but be naming that they ops done did shit too. And they don't know that person. I ain't talking about me or nothing, but like they could be knowing what the f is going on. They could let the channel get the roll and get the cameras be rolling, they'll be on the internet, be trying to portray a different image, but it'll be on your phone and shit, telling you some crazy shit, telling you about, you know, that be, man, that shit be crazy. Motherfuckers be telling you they done ran from you and shit, jump gates and shit, all types of shit. Blood great. Motherfuckers will be telling you that, then be on the internet acting like they ain't told you that. So it's like, I don't be speaking on them. Don't be speaking on me, especially if you bopping and shit. Like, come on now. So, yeah.
So he said, stop the cap, man. He said, stop the cap. Okay, people be saying stuff and it's a different story behind closed doors. And it is what it is, man. But look, obviously, the craziest rumor, the craziest situation that's been associated with Kill Bill. Right now, I'm still digging into it, right? I'm still digging deep. I'm still trying to get to the bottom of this situation. But obviously, one of the most, you know, deeply covered things on my channel has obviously been the situation with THF Bayzoo. There's rumors going around that Kill Bill, or at least his crew or somebody around that whole situation might have had something to do with what happened to Bayzoo. And we're seeing Kill Bill having these funny little moments. You know, he's getting asked about Bayzoo. He's kind of saying rest in peace, then he grinning. We thinking like, oh, is that a sign? But that ain't proof of anything, right? That's no more substantiated than a Reddit comment. But he would actually reveal, and I think I touched on this in a previous video, he actually said that he once spoke to Bayzoo and THF Lil Law on a FaceTime call with Lil Zeus and Lil Zay Osama, but he didn't make it clear whether this was before or after the beef.
I'm saying, I just seen that rest in peace to the brother Bayzoo. I didn't know that brother, you know what I mean? But it's just, you know, I don't want to see nobody die. You get what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, but it's like that shit was horrible. But everybody had they, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Say like on funny shit like, I wasn't trolling. Say we had words, but it wasn't no bad words. We was just on the phone and shit. It was me, him. We was on group FaceTime. I was in the car with Dulcie. And we was on the phone with Zay, I think Lil Law and Zuka, like, so we wasn't even, like, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't arguing no shit like that. Yeah. don't be, rest in peace on.
Yeah, for sure. So what I was gonna say though, you just spoke on Deucey, like, look,
That, see, you know what I'm saying? I want to be like, I want to give him bail and be like, bruh, he probably ain't have nothing to do with that situation, man. And then you be hitting him with a demonic smile, man. You know he be making that devil music, man. You know what I'm saying? It's spooky. It is actually quite spooky, okay? Look, it's crazy. But anyway, Corporate Cartel did ask him a few more questions. There's more clips coming out. And this really is the craziest clip that I've seen in a little while. I'm not going to lie to you. This whole video really has been leading up to this clip. This is crazy, okay? It's quite a long clip. I'm going to break it down play by play just for a couple of minutes before I wrap up this video. But he basically asked Kill Bill straight up. Corporate Cartel Media asked him straight up. He said, I asked him about the ambushes that killed both THF Bayzoo and Lil Deuce, which really were quite similar. I feel like what the real shocking thing is that we're going to hear is it's like what happened to Lil Deuce and what happened to THF Bayzoo is not dissimilar. The way that they unfortunately ended up losing their lives, you know, it's common in the streets of Chicago, and this is what's going on. It's very sad. And Kill Bill basically explained you really have to be tactical and militant to survive in Chicago. And we heard interviews of Bayzoo talking about, I'll never go out that way. I'm way too on point to go out that way. But before you know it, man, you're getting caught lacking that one time. It only takes once. And unfortunately, you know, we saw the same thing happen to Lil Deuce. But he's going to break it all down in this clip, man. This is a super interesting one.
man, bro, this shit what happened with Zoo and with Lil Deuce. Like, Lil Deuce was coming out of some, they said it was the police station, bro. You feel me?
Yeah,
Zoo was doing some shit like at a car place or something. But it's like whole time though, these people is like, it's like people think they get set up. People think drop the low or something, you get what I'm saying? Because how random it happened, you get what I'm saying? So do you worry about shit like that? You got a name, you got a face, you get what I'm saying? Like, do you have that on the back of your mind, bro? Like, you out here, bro, we standing out on the block right now.
I don't come right. We standing on the block every day. You know, but it's like,
so he's saying, look, we stand on the block right now, but we don't be standing out here every day. This ain't necessarily how it's going down at all times. This isn't necessarily, like, you got to be on point. We low-key on the block right now to film this vlog. We got to show him where, but that's not every day. We moving differently. We moving militantly.
hey, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, it's the city. If you, especially, like, if you popular, like, you know, like, got a little name, I hide in the trench. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you supposed to be moving militant, tactical all the time. It's like, I ain't gonna lie, like, if I have a come see me, and it don't matter, like, I'll be with the bitch for a long ass time. If I have her come see me and she be saying she 2 minutes and I come downstairs and it done been 5 minutes, I be looking at shit different. It don't be nothing personal. So you just, that's how I move. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, these be times I used to be, you know, have my family shit, but like, I ain't gonna lie, like, you can't even afford to move like that. That's big. Like, you gotta have your shit on all the time, especially when you know what you're doing. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, when I was on probation and shit, when I'd be going up to the county and shit, that bitch with me. It's just that bitch in the car, so I'm like, I'm here. I ain't gonna lie, like, you can't afford to play like that, because in Chicago, motherfuckers don't get no fuck there with your kids, in front of your kids, in front of the county, all types of shit.
See, it's funny, right? Because it's like, I ain't gonna lie, he low-key dropping a bit of shade there. He said it could go down anywhere. It could go down in front of your kids, in front of the county. He's talking about 2 THLA. Listen, all right? I don't know whether that was an accident. Realistically, it's probably not an accident, right? But he's talking about 2 THF members. He's talking about THF TP, who unfortunately lost his life in front of his child, okay? Let me see if I can just... obviously, I can't show you the video or the clip. And I don't want to show you this. I'm not going to show it to you, right? But look, everybody knows that this has gone around on Reddit, okay? He was in front of his child. Was he walking with his kids? God damn, man, okay? And there's audio on there. People say, I didn't realize there was audio until I read your comment. Hearing them kids crying was brutal. Now, I'm not going to show you, okay? But it's right in front of them kids. That's what he just said. He said you can go out in front of your kids. And then THF Bobo, he went out the same way as KTS Dre, shot 19 times and killed 30 minutes after bonding out of jail for a murder charge, right? Said after leaving the jail, police said it was an estimated 30 minutes before receiving calls for shots fired. So, you know, he definitely knows his history, and he's saying you can go out any type of way, and he just so happens to mention how 2 other THF members went out, which is an interesting choice of examples.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, look, he was at that one. He was yeah, like, you know, that shit, you can't be moving like that, like, you know, but it's like, you can't, like, folks running wrong, but you trying to wrap that gun offender, like, that shit up, like, but like, you gotta,
that shit like a setup though, that motherfucker gotta go up there and people could drop your low or something, because it seemed like somebody had to set him up, because how random is that, bro? You only up there for a few minutes, in and out or something. I don't know.
Man, like, man, everybody up here, man, he's at the gun offender place. Most of my gun offenders are gang members. You know what I'm saying? So like, you have to, like, you know, he just said you could probably feel like it's set up, but like, you know, shit. You said like, man, I think you gotta be on point. That's what I say, like, and like the shit with Zoo. I felt like, man, he was blocking. Cause like he a big name. You get what I'm saying? Like you can't be. He's supposed to be on point. Like I ain't gonna lie, like that. You up. But like, that's what goes on in Chicago. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Do you guys think he did it? I'm just going to keep it real. Do you think he did it? Because, like, when he did that thing where he kind of said, hey, rest in peace, and then he has the little smirk, them moments make you think he did it. But the way he's talking about it here, a little bit more openly, a little bit more like, yeah, you know, I'm feeling like maybe he ain't do it from the way that he's talking like this, or is he just really slick with it? Like, he low-key, he talking about it in a way that makes me feel like maybe he's not doing the demonic smile unless he's about to smile and laugh.
I felt like, man, he was blocking. But like, he a big name. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't be, he's supposed to be on point. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like that, you up. But like, there's.
It says effed up, but you a big name. You supposed to be on point.
What goes on in Chicago? Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta be, to be aware, to be alive on some other shit. You gotta be on point, especially if you out here doing gang banging, like most motherfuckers know what they be doing. Like motherfuckers don't be retarded. Motherfuckers be knowing what they be doing. Like you know, if you just killed the motherfucker in the streets, like this, the motherfucker shit, you gang bang, like you gotta know what you're doing. Like you know what you're doing, you know.
He keeping it real. He's saying, look, if you really killed someone out here and you rapping about it and you making fun of it and you gang banging, you should be moving more militant in the street. I mean, we didn't realize it until recently, but it sounded like Bayzoo had been dissing Lil Deuce, man. So with the footprint emojis and all of that.
But like you gotta be on point. Like that shit don't be about nothing. You got to be on point. Like I ain't gonna lie. You come out the house, you gotta know if them with pies be on the block with pies, be putting labels, all type of shit. You gotta be on point.
Do they get tiring though? Do it get burnt out? Keep it 100. Like do it get burnt out a little bit? Like man, bro, sometimes I gotta chill. Like that shit is overwhelming, probably.
Like I don't keep it on it. Like it's like it don't really be like it be. I feel like it shouldn't be tiring because like. You just be doing it all the time to where, like, you know, you should be, like second nature. Right. You should be like breathing.
Right.
Like looking over your shoulder, like that ain't good. Like I tell younger motherfuckers, I'll be like, man, this shit ain't about nothing. Gang banging, that shit ain't about nothing. Like, you know, like, cause I got a son. Big times my son, he want to go to the park. If I want to go to the park, I have to go out the way. Like I can't just go to the park in the hood with my son. Like I could, but I wouldn't though. You get what I'm saying? I don't even like have my son come over. Like it'd be foolish sometimes, but like. Go up, like you know what I'm saying. So like you could say that shit be tiring, but like on some other shit, like you don't.
It's survival. It's survival. Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying, like it is. So like, you can't be getting tired of that shit.
Yeah. No, 100.
Man, look, the investigation continues. All right, I'm fascinated by Kill Bill. It's so interesting because I feel like some interviews we're getting this real demonic energy from him, where it's like, yo, it's sounding like he got something to do, and then other ones we're getting a very level-headed young man who clearly is in the streets, clearly has been in some very real situations, but isn't necessarily presenting as mega demonic. Like he's not kind of, you know, he's not overly dropping clues, but then at the same time it's like maybe he's dropping all the clues and we just got to dig a little bit deeper, man. Let me know what you guys think down below. Okay, the investigation into Kill Bill and his backstory continues. I've been running up his music. I've been listening to a lot of his older tracks. I didn't realize he actually had so much history when it came to the rap game. So now that we're hearing all these stories, they're saying he might have had something to do with what happened. Well, it makes that music hit a little bit differently, man. So I don't know. Maybe you go check out some of Kill Bill's tunes. Let me know if you hear anything interesting. Okay, I'll be keeping my eyes peeled on the Reddit, and look, we're just gonna have to see. Okay, everybody wants me to cover this. If it makes sense, you're gonna see. Okay, but I'll catch you guys in the next video. That's all I wanted to say on this topic for today. We went through a whole bunch of his old interviews, and I thought it'd be interesting to touch on them. Until the next video, I appreciate you guys. I'm out here, gang. Peace.